I just told my client let's not proceed. And yes, that means I lost my own commitment. Could we have tried to make the deal work? Maybe, but sometimes our job as property agents isn't to close every deal. In fact, it's to protect our clients, even if it means walking away from our own commission. Now, let me share what happened. Recently, I was helping an overseas client who had just arrived in Singapore with her child to enroll in a local primary school. So like many newcomers, she urgently needed a place to stay. After several viewings, we finally found a HDB unit that she absolutely loved. The landlord's agent and I spent weeks discussing the rental, negotiating the terms, coordinating the paperwork, and doing our best to make this a smooth transaction. So for that, I also want to give credit to the co-broke agent. Throughout the entire process, we had the same goal, just to find a solution that was fair and safe for both the landlord and the tenant. Then something changed. Although my client's long-term visit pass application had been approved, she had not yet collected a physical pass. So the landlord wasn't comfortable handing over the unit until everything was fully in place. And honestly, I understood both sides. During that time, the tenant was staying in a hotel and paying expensive daily rates. Her furniture and her belongings were already on the way to Singapore. She had also fallen in love with the unit and didn't want to start search all over again. So on the other hand, the landlord simply wanted the peace of mind that everything complied with the regulations before handing over the keys. Nobody was trying to make things difficult. Everyone was simply protecting what mattered to them. So as agents, our responsibility isn't just to negotiate the best price or get signatures on a tenancy agreement. It's also to protect both parties and ensure transaction is carried out properly and compliantly. So I went back to double check the rules and regulations. From what I understand, there wasn't any issue with signing the tenancy agreement itself. The main concern was the move-in. The tenant should only move in after obtaining the necessary immigration pass or the required official approval. I also know there are cases where landlords are comfortable allowing an earlier move-in if the tenant was an official approval letter from the relevant authority. But of course, every landlord has a different level of comfort with the risk, and I fully respect that. What I do feel is that this process can sometimes be challenging for newcomers. When someone has approval in principle but is still waiting for the final pass or collection process, that waiting period creates a lot of uncertainty. The tenant is paying expensive hotel bills every day. The landlord is worried about compliance, and both sides are waiting for something beyond anyone's control. If this process could become clearer or more streamlined in the future, I believe it will make life much easier for tenants, landlords, and even agents trying to do the right thing. In the end, I advised my client not to proceed, not because the landlord was unreasonable, not because the tenant was wrong, but because there was too much of uncertainty, and protecting both parties was more important than forcing a deal through. People often think our job is to close deals. I see it differently. Our job is to give the right advice even when that advice means we don't earn a commission. Because deals come and go, but trust is something you build over time. Now, let me ask you, if you were the landlord, would you have waited? Or if you were the tenant, what would you have done? And one more question, do you think there could be a clearer or smoother process for situations like this, where approval has already been granted, but the final pass is still pending? So, leave your comments below and let's discuss.